Hey guys, so this read is for Cancer. Let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so universe, what messages do you have for Cancer today? You got some warnings or some affirmations, some guidance, some insight, and she definitely does because I got cards that are trying to jump out at me. So let's go ahead and get started and see what she picked for us. So we have mental conflict, patience and planning, stand your ground, moving on, and partnerships and alliances. So that moving on to me speaks of a transitional period in your life. And to me, stand your ground is also representing sort of taking back control of the direction that your life is going in. I have the third eye chakra, which represents your intuition. I have transformation, fertility, suffering and silence, and obstacles and challenges. So I feel like with suffering and silence, the cards are talking about that you are feeling stuck in your situation, and that's where the need for taking control back and being able to change the direction that your life was headed in. I have the fertility card. To me, she's all about growth, growing this new future, nurturing this new future, this new life. I feel like the patience and planning is also speaking of this change as well. Now I have the Lovers card here, so I feel like within all of this, we're going to be talking about a romantic relationship. I'm not sure if this is something that we're also moving on from, or if this is someone that we're moving towards, or somebody that's moving with us on this journey. I'll have to grab a few more cards for that one. I feel like part of this journey is you actually moving. So I have the Knight of Wands here, and now one of the meanings of the Knight of Wands is actually moving residences. And I have the Ten of Pentacles, and the Ten of Pentacles, one of the things it can speak to is the buying or selling of a family home. I actually think you're moving back home. So I have the Six of Cups here, and the Six of Cups is sometimes called a blast from the past card, and it represents people or things from your past coming back into your life. Coupled with these other two cards, I feel like they're speaking to you moving back home. I'm going to pull more cards. I want to figure out how this Lovers card fits into this transition for you. I feel like this is someone that you're moving away from. So I have the Five of Wands here, and the Five of Wands can represent conflict, and I feel it very much tying in to that Lovers card. I also have the Eight of Swords, and the Eight of Swords can represent feeling trapped in negative thoughts and emotions, having trouble finding clarity in a situation, feeling stuck. I think it also ties in with this relationship with this person. I have the Temperance card, and the Temperance card represents a balance between emotion and logic. So to me, it's all about clarity and finding clarity, and being able to choose a new path. I think it ties into you choosing change in your life. I have the Four of Cups. The Four of Cups can represent a feeling of indifference or sort of emotional withdrawing. I feel like it ties into that suffering and silence and that feeling of being stuck, that you decided to not live in anymore, because I feel like that was a choice that you made. You chose to move on. You chose to take back control of the direction that your life was going in. I have the Three of Pentacles, and the Three of Pentacles represents starting to see the fruits of your labor. So I feel like in choosing to make this change and in moving forward and actioning this change, I feel like you're going to see the benefits of it quite quickly. Seven of Cups here. The Seven of Cups represents having many options and weighing your options carefully. I have the Seven of Swords, and the Seven of Swords can speak to a situation which you felt was unfair, or you caught the short end of the stick. I feel like it's speaking to the relationship and the situation that you were in and feeling stuck. I feel like you felt like you didn't have any options. You felt like you were trapped in it. I have the Page of Pentacles. You can sometimes speak of good news, academic and finance. I don't feel like that's what he's speaking to in this. I feel like he's speaking to an immaturity. And not just an immaturity, but I feel like a succession of growth here. Because then I have the Queen of Pentacles. So I feel like it's speaking of personal growth, going from one stage to another. I feel like that's part of what this transition is as well. It's going to be personal growth for you. And transformative. I feel like that's what the cards are speaking of. You're sort of starting in one place, and by the time you've healed and come out the other end, you're going to be like a completely different person. And then I have the Queen of Swords, and I feel like the Queen of Swords is the end result of all of that. With the Queen of Swords, I feel this confidence, this capability, this being true to your inner self. I feel like the circle will be complete when you're the Queen of Swords there. That'll be the healing will be complete. You'll be at the end of your journey. I have the Five of Swords. The Five of Swords can represent a selfish or short one victories, and I feel like it also ties in. It ties in to this romantic relationship, to your ex, to this person that you were with, because I have the Two of Cups here, and the Two of Cups represents relationships. So I feel like it's speaking to this relationship from the past that you're moving away from, that this Lover's card was talking about. I have the Queen of Cups. I feel like she's speaking to you and to the emotional healing that you need to do from this situation. I feel like moving on, moving back home, this transformation in your life, this new path that you're going to be on. I feel like that's going to help to bring you the healing that you need. I have the High Priestess. To me, she's a lot like that third eye chakra and trusting your intuition and that inner voice and growing spiritually. I have the Five of Pentacles as well, and the Five of Pentacles sometimes represents going through a hard time financially. I also feel like she's talking about moving back home in all of this as well. Sort of get your feet under you again. That's what I see with that card. Getting your feet back under you. I feel like this line is also talking to this Lover's card, this relationship. I have the Six of Pentacles, which represents an even give and take. And I don't feel like there was in this relationship, and that also speaks to that feeling of unfairness, that Seven of Swords. I also have the Four of Pentacles, and the Four of Pentacles is sometimes called the Miser card. So to me, that also represents that one person was holding back and not giving to the other person. I think that was your ex holding back from you. I have the Seven of Wands, and the Seven of Wands is a lot like that stand your ground card. I feel like you had to make a choice. You had to stand up for yourself. You had to stand up for your ideals. You had to take back control of your life and your destiny. I have the Judgment card. I like to call her the Karma card. She tends to represent getting back what we put out into the world. And I feel like it's speaking to all the good things that you're going to get back by doing this change in your life and making yourself a priority again. I have the Nine of Wands here, and the Nine of Wands can represent progress over a period of time, persevering towards your goals. I feel like it speaks of your healing process, and that it's not going to happen overnight, and it won't be easy, but you will come out the other side of it. You will heal. That's what the cards are telling me. I have the Page of Cups, and the Page of Cups represents good news coming your way and of an emotional nature, so I feel like it speaks of the healing as well. I have the Eight of Cups, and the Eight of Cups represents starting a bright new journey and leaving the past behind. I also have the Empress, and the Empress to me is a lot like this fertility card, and growing and nurturing your future and yourself. So I got Shadow, Disruption, and I got the chakra that speaks to emotions and desires. I feel like Disruption is talking about this choice to change, this choice to move, relocate, and change the way that your life is. I feel like it's disrupting sort of, I don't want to call it a cycle, but sitting in the hurt and the emotion. I feel like that's shaking things up, taking you out of that mindset. It's going to help to heal. It's going to help to bring you out of the shadow and into the light emotionally, so to speak. And I feel like the chakra is speaking to the emotions that you're healing, and finding inner peace and happiness in your life when you come through this transition. Alrighty guys, that's what the cards say to me. I hope you enjoyed the read. Please take care.